how good, obviously, Ovechkin is over his career, 896 goals. And another note on that, I'm a greedy goal scorer like him. I want him for a few more years. I want him to track down 1,000 somehow.
In the world of hockey, few names hold as much weight as Alex Ovechkin. But now, with rumors swirling about his future, the Washington Capitals superstar has broken his silence. As he enters the final year of his contract, the 39-year-old, who just continues to break records, has everyone wondering, what's next for Ovi?
Sam mentioned it's the last year of your contract next year. Is that your intention that that's the last year of your year, or have you thought about that yet?
At 39 years old, Alex Ovechkin is a living legend in the National Hockey League. Known for his jaw-dropping goal-scoring ability, he has dominated the league for nearly 2 decades. With a career that has seen him become the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer, Ovechkin is preparing for the 2025-26 season, his final year of his 5-year, $47.5 million contract with the Washington Capitals. As the season approaches, fans have been wondering, what's next for Ovi? Will he retire after this year, or is there more hockey left to be played? Ovechkin has finally addressed these rumors, and what he said has shocked everyone. Let's dive in. Rumors about Ovechkin's future have been swirling for months. The hockey world was buzzing after an email from the Capitals' corporate sales department mistakenly referred to the upcoming season as his final NHL season. The mistake quickly fueled speculation that Ovechkin might retire at the end of the 2025-26 season. This led fans and reporters alike to question whether the legendary forward would call it quits after reaching yet another massive milestone in his career. However, Ovechkin quickly put those rumors to rest when he addressed them head-on. In April 2025, Ovechkin confirmed that he would indeed return for the final year of his contract with the Capitals. "I'm not retiring," Ovechkin said, shutting down any suggestion that he was ready to step away from the game. His message was clear. He would be back for at least one more season with the team. Ovechkin didn't let the rumors about his future go unanswered. In a public statement, he labeled the speculation about his retirement as pure nonsense. He also said, "Anything is possible. I'm not saying no, but I'm not saying yes either." These words only deepened the mystery surrounding his future in the NHL, leaving fans and analysts uncertain about what Ovechkin's next move would be. His openness about not ruling out anything left room for speculation. Even though rumors about his retirement are swirling, Ovechkin is still playing at an elite level. The 2024-25 season saw him continue to dominate on the ice. He scored 44 goals and added 29 assists in just 65 games. His performance helped the Washington Capitals finish with the best record in the Eastern Conference, earning a total of 111 points. With 897 career goals, Ovechkin is just 3 away from reaching 900 goals. At 39 years old, Ovechkin is still one of the most lethal goal scorers in the NHL. Fans are excited to see whether he will reach this remarkable milestone before the season ends, and it's clear that he's not slowing down just yet. Throughout his career, Ovechkin has had one main goal: to be the greatest goal scorer in NHL history. Now, with the record in his sights, if Ovechkin does retire after the 2025-26 season, he'll walk away as one of the greatest players to ever play the game. The Washington Capitals as a team are just as uncertain about Ovechkin's future as the fans, and the team is undoubtedly eager to see how he finishes out his career. General Manager Brian McClellan recently spoke about the future of the team, mentioning that they are committed to building a strong competitive squad for the 2025-26 season, but they also understand that Ovechkin's decision will be a key factor in shaping the team's future. From a fan perspective, the uncertainty surrounding Ovechkin's future has sparked a mix of emotions. Many fans are grateful to witness the final chapters of his storied career, while others are holding out hope that Ovechkin will continue playing for a few more years. Regardless of when Ovechkin decides to retire, there's no doubt that he will go down in history as one of the greatest to ever play the game. His legacy is already secure, with his numerous records and accomplishments cementing his place in the annals of NHL history. Whether he plays for one more season or for several more, Ovechkin will always be remembered as one of the most dominant players to ever take the ice. As the 2025-26 season approaches, the hockey world is left to wonder what Ovechkin's future holds. Will he retire after this season, or will he continue to play and chase even more records? Ovechkin himself has made it clear that he's not ready to call it a career just yet, but he also hasn't made any promises about his future beyond the 2025 to 2026 season. One thing is for sure, Ovechkin's career has been nothing short of extraordinary. Whether he plays for one more year or several, the impact he's had on the game of hockey will last forever. Fans and analysts alike will be watching closely to see how the next chapter of his career unfolds.
Well, we now know the names of the first 6 players on Canada's men's Olympic hockey team for next year's games in Italy. No surprise, superstar Connor McDavid is on the list and will be making his Olympic debut. 2-time gold medalist Sidney Crosby will also be on the roster, along with 4 others from Canada's Four Nations team. They are Sam Reinhart, Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, and Braden Point. And this will be the first time in 12 years NHL players will compete in the Olympics.
12 years. That's how long it's been since NHL stars played at the Olympics. But now, something big is happening in Canada. Crosby and McDavid, 2 of the biggest names in hockey, are back together. A secret meeting is set for August. No games, no fans, just plans for gold. And now, for the first time, they're speaking up. What they just said has everyone in shock. Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid will join 40 other NHL players in Calgary this August. They are coming to a special event called the Olympic Orientation Camp. It happens from August 26th to August 28th. This is the first big step for Team Canada as they get ready for the 2026 Winter Olympics in Italy. Hockey Canada made the list of players public in June. They named 6 players first. These 6 are Sidney Crosby, Connor McDavid, Nathan MacKinnon, Cale Makar, Braden Point, and Sam Reinhart. These players were chosen to lead Team Canada. He picked the names along with his staff and Team Canada head coach John Cooper. Crosby and McDavid have never played in the same Olympics before. That is because NHL players did not play in the last 2 Olympic Games. NHL players last played in 2014. So this will be the first time they team up for Canada in Olympic hockey. Sidney Crosby is 37 years old. He has played 1,352 NHL games. In those games, he scored 625 goals and made 1,062 assists. That gives him 1,687 career points. He also played in 180 playoff games and scored 201 points there. He won 3 Stanley Cups in 2009, 2016, and 2017. Connor McDavid is younger. He plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He has been one of the NHL's best players for years. McDavid led Canada to a win in the 2025 Four Nations tournament. He scored the game winner in overtime against Team USA. That tournament was only for NHL players. It happened instead of the All-Star game. When asked about joining Team Canada, Crosby said, "I am honored to be named one of the first 6 players for Canada's men's hockey team at the 2026 Olympics, alongside Nathan, Cale, Connor, and Sam. I know how much pride comes with wearing the maple leaf on the international stage." That quote came from the official Hockey Canada website. Scott Salmon is a top person at Hockey Canada. He helps run the high performance and hockey operations team. He said, "We are excited to unveil the 92 athletes who will kick off the road to Italy and to bring our men's, women's, and para-hockey teams together for 3 days as the first step towards our goal of winning triple gold in February." That was said in a statement to the media. The full roster has many top names. Along with Crosby and McDavid, it has Nathan MacKinnon, who plays for Colorado. Canada's goalie choices include Jordan Binnington, Adin Hill, and Sam Montembeault. All 3 played in the Four Nations tournament. These are the goalies who will be looked at closely when Team Canada picks its final roster. John Cooper is the head coach for Team Canada. He is also the coach of the Tampa Bay Lightning in the NHL. He won back-to-back Stanley Cups with Tampa Bay. At the camp, he will be meeting with players and staff to go over plays, leadership, and team building. Doug Armstrong will also be there. He is in charge of building the team. He will look at the players during the camp and decide who should be part of the final 25-man team. That team will have 14 forwards, 8 defensemen, and 3 goalies. In 2022, Team Canada lost in the quarterfinals to Sweden. In 2018, they won bronze but did not play with NHL players. That is why 2026 is very important. This is Canada's first chance in 12 years to send its best players to the Olympics. In the last few years, Team Canada also had trouble in other tournaments. In 2025, they lost to Denmark in the World Championship. That was seen as a big upset. The camp will help these players prepare together. It also helps coaches and managers see how players work off the ice. Some players will be part of the leadership group. Others will be looked at for their team-first attitude. Many of the players have played for Canada before in other tournaments. The Olympic tournament starts February 11th, 2026. The final will be held February 22nd. Games will be played in 2 cities. Canada will play in the top group along with the United States, Finland, and Germany. The NHL and NHLPA reached an agreement to allow NHL players to play in the 2026 and 2030 Olympics. That deal also brings back the World Cup of Hockey. This means that top players will get more chances to represent their countries. Fans will get to see real best-on-best hockey, and Canada is trying to be ready. The August camp is the first step. The final Olympic roster will be named later. Players who don't attend the camp can still make the team, but this is where the leadership core will be built. Sidney Crosby and Connor McDavid are at the center of it. This will likely be Crosby's last Olympics. For McDavid, it could be his first and not his last. But 2026 is a rare chance. A chance for Canada to have its full power on the ice again. Crosby said, "I know how much pride comes with wearing the maple leaf on the international stage." Salmon added, "To bring our men's, women's, and para-hockey teams together is the first step towards our goal of winning triple gold in February." Doug Armstrong said earlier in the year, "We want to give this group the best chance to succeed, and that means starting now." As the hockey world watches, all eyes will be on Calgary in August. The camp will happen behind closed doors. No fans, no games, just players and staff preparing for something bigger. Team Canada's journey to Milan starts here with 2 of hockey's greatest players finally side by side.
As you said, yeah, it's only been a couple of days since the season ended. Take some time to regroup. Talk to my agent a little bit and family and all that, and make some decisions whenever that time comes, but there's no rush.
Connor McDavid told reporters he wasn't in a rush to talk contracts. Now, weeks later, there's been nothing. With the team in off-season limbo and big names signing elsewhere, McDavid's silence now speaks louder than ever. The Oilers are waiting. The fans are waiting. But the captain still isn't saying anything. McDavid's silence is now a problem. And this silence could change everything for the Edmonton Oilers. Connor McDavid is the captain of the Edmonton Oilers. He is one of the best hockey players in the world. McDavid has played his whole NHL career in Edmonton since the team picked him first in the 2015 NHL Draft. His current contract is an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That deal ends in July 2026. Right now, McDavid still has 1 year left on that contract. He will be allowed to sign a new deal starting on July 1st, 2025. If he does not sign, he becomes a free agent in 2026. That means any team in the league could offer him a deal. But so far, McDavid has not said if he will stay or leave. After the Oilers lost in the 2025 Stanley Cup Final to the Florida Panthers, reporters asked McDavid about his future. He answered, "It's only been a couple days since the season ended. I'm going to take some time to regroup, but there's no rush on anything like that." He also said, "If I feel there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That was the last time he spoke about it. McDavid's numbers this season were very strong. He had 74 assists in the regular season. He scored 33 points in 22 playoff games. He had 7 goals and 26 assists. His teammate Leon Draisaitl had the same playoff point total, but McDavid still hasn't said what he will do about his contract. The fans don't know. The team doesn't know. Other NHL teams are now watching closely. Stan Bowman is the general manager of the Oilers. He said, "He's the best player in the league, most important player in the league. He's our captain. He's our leader." Bowman said the team's #1 priority is to keep McDavid. He also said the contract talks will happen when McDavid is ready. But NHL free agency is already moving fast. Teams are signing players. The Oilers have to make choices about who to keep, who to sign, and how to build next season's team. But without knowing what McDavid wants, the team can't plan fully. That has caused a problem. If McDavid leaves, it could be a very big problem. The Oilers have made the playoffs 6 years in a row. They made the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row, but they lost both times. Some sports writers are saying McDavid might not want to wait much longer. If he doesn't think the team can win soon, he could decide to go somewhere else. Leon Draisaitl, McDavid's teammate and top scorer, signed a new deal last year. That deal is for 8 years and $112 million. If McDavid stays, he will likely make even more. Some reports say McDavid could become the highest-paid player in the league, but that would mean the team has less money to spend on other players. If McDavid stays quiet much longer, the Oilers could be forced to trade him. They won't want to lose him in free agency for nothing. That's why some experts are saying the team needs to know soon. One article said McDavid's silence is wrecking the Oilers' free agency plans. Jeff Jackson is the CEO of the Oilers. He also used to be McDavid's agent. He said the next season will help decide everything. The team will wait, but not forever. Other teams, like the Toronto Maple Leafs and Florida Panthers, are already being mentioned as possible new homes for McDavid. Right now, every NHL team is watching. If McDavid doesn't say anything by the start of the season, the rumors will grow. Teams will begin making offers. Fans will keep asking questions. Even McDavid's teammates might start to worry. The Oilers had a record of 48 wins, 29 losses, and 5 overtime losses this past season. That was good enough to make the playoffs. They went all the way to the finals but lost to the Panthers in 6 games. McDavid led the team in assists and was one of the top playoff performers in the entire league. But now all of that is in the past. The team needs to know what comes next. Free agents are being signed by other teams. The Oilers can't wait forever. And yet, McDavid says nothing. The pressure is building.
You know, I know people are going to look at that July 1 day and be looking to see if there's anything done. But for me, I'm just not in a rush that way.
Something big is coming to hockey, and it's not just about one team. On July 1st, Connor McDavid will make a move no one saw coming. That move could change how the best players in the league get paid. It will break a rule that stars have followed for years. What happens next may change the NHL forever.
You know, winning would be it's the most important thing. If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem.
Connor McDavid is one of the best hockey players in the world. He plays for the Edmonton Oilers. He has scored more than 100 points in many seasons. He has won the MVP award 3 times. He led the Oilers to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row. But on July 1st, the big story won't be about goals or assists. It will be about money, contracts, and something much bigger. McDavid signed his last contract in 2017. It was an 8-year deal worth $100 million. That means he has been making $12.5 million every year. This deal ends in 2026. But NHL rules say a player can start talking about a new contract 2 years before the old one ends. So on July 1st, 2025, McDavid will be allowed to sign a new deal. Most top players sign the longest deal possible. That's usually 8 years. It gives them more safety and helps the team plan for a long time. But this time, McDavid is expected to do something very different. Reporters say that McDavid might not want a long contract. Instead, he could ask for a shorter one, maybe just 4 years. Some people even say he could sign for only 2 or 3 years. This is something very few superstars have done. Why would McDavid want a short deal? The answer is the salary cap. The salary cap is the most money a team can spend on its players. This year, the cap is $88 million. Next year, it will go up to $97 million. In a few years, it might go even higher. If McDavid signs a short contract now, he can sign another one later when the cap is much bigger. That means he could make even more money. Other players have done this. Austin Matthews signed a 5-year deal in 2019. In 2023, he signed a 4-year deal. Leon Draisaitl just signed an 8-year deal for $112 million. But McDavid might want something shorter than all of them. Connor McDavid hasn't said much about his plans, but he did say this to NHL.com after the season. "I'm not in a rush to make any decision." He also said, "I need to do what's best for me and my family." These are clues that he is thinking very carefully. The Edmonton Oilers also know what's happening. Their new general manager, Stan Bowman, says he wants to keep McDavid. But McDavid said something important. He said, "If I feel that there's a good window to win here over and over again, then signing is no problem." That means he wants to be sure the team can keep winning. If McDavid signs a short deal, he will be a free agent again in 2029 or 2030. That means other teams will have a chance to try and sign him. Teams like the Maple Leafs, Panthers, Kings, and Flyers might all be watching. If McDavid becomes a free agent, they might try to get him. Experts are saying this could change how NHL contracts work. Sports writer Pierre LeBrun said, "There's a good chance McDavid will sign a shorter deal instead of an 8-year max one." ESPN's Greg Wyshynski said, "It's not just about money, it's about power and timing." Connor McDavid had another amazing season. In 2024 to 2025, he scored 100 points in 67 games.